Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like you if you're being yourself, fuck them.
It's Big Los, and welcome to another episode of The Noize. If you haven't yet, go ahead and follow us on the Big Three, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Noize Podcast. And of course, follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. We are immediately liars because we just announced that Jay Alonzo is the official third member of The Noize. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. However, he is not going to be on this episode because life be lifing.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
One thing that, you know, me and Kev talked about before we decided to bring The Noize back was we can't continue with you know what I'm saying, with the inconsistent route. We already had a late episode last week. We didn't want to keep doubling up and create that kind of, perception and create that ultimately anticipation for the show to be late or not come out at all.
Right.
So we're like, you know what? This is the benefits of having three members, that if one member can't make it, we continue to go on. But that doesn't change the fact that Jay Alonzo is officially part of the Noize Podcast. So definitely welcome. Is this like technically set switching?
Yeah. In his case, yeah.
In his case, it'd be set switching.
Yeah.
Definitely.
If it was like a 3 to 6 month gap in between, nah. But this, yeah.
You know, it happens. It happens. But you know, he's here now. So ear hustlers, make him feel very welcomed. You know, hit him up, follow him at I am Jay Alonzo. He'll definitely appreciate it. Trust me. But yeah, like I said, we want to make sure we still get this show out on a Monday. And we are recording it on a Monday because I just got off of work, Kev just got off of work, and Jay Alonzo don't get off until way later. So we want to make sure we keep the consistency going because we really want to get this back to where it needs to be, because 20 for 20 is already back where it needs to be.
Should have started to exceed.
You know what I'm saying? So we definitely want to make sure that we make everything that we plan on doing this time around well worth it. Kev, my friend.
What's going on?
How are you, sir?
I'm going to take a line out of your book. I am tired as shit.
Yeah, man.
Like,
the sun don't help either.
No, I don't. It don't. And it's weird. You know what I mean? I think if it wasn't the last episode or the episode before, we was talking about how it was going to rain and shit like that, which it did. Didn't do it hard, but which it did. And now it's like, bruh, this sun beating my ass.
Bro, I looked at the 7-day forecast, nigga. It looked like a Pac-Man game. Like, it looked like Pac-Man was just jumping the fucking weather.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah, that's
everywhere else it's starting to get cool.
Right.
We not gonna get cool until Halloween on the dot.
If that, Christmas Day. And even then it's gonna be like 84.
Right.
Yeah, man. It's been a week, bro. It's definitely been a week. Sorry to get to the the downer so soon. With what we have lined up for this episode, you know, to me, you know what I'm saying, and to Kev, to kind of to mix this stuff, you know, intertwine it with the other stories feels off. So we definitely want to get these out the way. I do want to start from the celebrity portion. Definitely a huge RIP. Just found out today. RIP to Michael K. Williams.
Yeah.
Huge hit.
Yeah.
Huge hit.
Also, too, I'm going to throw in there too, even though I guess you can consider him a celebrity, even though he may have been unbecoming and may not have been a household name. Fu, the comedian.
Yeah, Foodie. Yeah, but he's one of the digital stars. Like, he was one of those YouTube comedians.
Maybe
that was really
so, but I know
off,
a good portion of people knew and fucked with him.
Right.
So, and you know, was it yesterday, day before he passed away?
Day before.
You know what I mean? So,
and the fucked up thing is, passed away. Unfortunately, allegedly, the same way Michael K. Williams passed away.
Yeah,
got that goddamn fentanyl.
Yeah.
Bro, these drug dealers, man, they don't give a shit. They just about the bag.
It's somebody out there killing the clientele. That's
you know what I'm saying?
Not just being honest. Like, that's a little bit on the street side for me, but that's just being real. It's somebody out there that's doing something that they're not supposed to be doing something wrong, or sadly purposely doing this, but they fucking the streets up.
Oh, absolutely, because that's the way of stretching the product for cheap.
Yeah.
And you know what's so crazy when it comes down to fentanyl is I watched like this crazy ass documentary on how they're doing it, and when you see how they distribute fentanyl in the doctor's office, they put it on that little pill shaker or whatever, and they're able to evenly distribute everything.
Right.
but I think it only takes like a fingertip.
It's real small. It's like one of those things. You ever had some I don't know, some sugar on something and you take the pinky finger, got it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how much can really kill you.
That's all it takes to kill you. So a lot of these cats, when you see them in the, what I'm saying, the doctors using this heavy machinery to evenly distribute fentanyl, these cats are putting the fentanyl and mixing whatever the drug that's, the drug of choice, they're putting it in Ziploc bags and just shaking it.
Right.
When we talked about it before when it came down to the pills out in the Bay, when they put it in the bag and shake it, some people will end up with a pill that's just straight fentanyl. And at that point, you might as well just chalk that up because there is nothing because like we said, the fingertip will kill you. Yeah. Imagine taking a whole pill of fentanyl. That's raps.
Yeah.
And so right now, allegedly, they're saying that it was an overdose. They don't know if it was heroin or fentanyl. As we've known, I know, Kev, you say you just found out, Michael K. Williams was definitely battling drug addiction on and off for a long time, which made his comeback story so dope.
I had no idea. Until you told me, I had no idea.
And a lot of people was rooting for him, for sure, me being one of them.
And it's funny you say that exact line because when it happened, I think I was on like the Noize's page on IG or something like that. Sometimes I'll get on an Explorer. And obviously, it's a lot of RIPs out there. And I just so happened to click on one, and they said that same thing. I was rooting for him too. And when I read that, in my head, I was like, I didn't understand what it was for. I thought, okay, you just want him to do good. Okay, fine. But hearing you say that, I'm like, oh, let's get it. Actually,
right.
What you say, pieces?
Pieces.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, huge hit because you knew that he was really stepping out of that Omar shadow.
Yeah.
And was about to take off as like a legitimate actor. And that's saying a lot because first of all, your first look at at Michael K. Williams, if he wasn't as a known actor, you're definitely crossing the street when he's walking down the street.
He definitely looks intimidating.
You know what I'm saying? That's with or without the scar. But then you add the scar and it's like, yo, that's an ill looking cat.
Yeah.
But to know that he was able to finally escape the typecasting in really some of the most extreme ways in a lot of different roles. We used to sing his praises on this show every time he popped up in something. And that speaks volumes because Michael K. Williams would show up and show the fuck out.
Exactly.
So, R.I.P. Michael K. Williams.
He knew the assignment. Yeah, he knew it every time.
He knew the assignment, absolutely. Yeah. Every time he was assigned to something, extra credit, I'm staying after class type deal. You know what I mean? So, R.I.P. to Michael K. Williams. This one's a little bit more on the personal side. I guess we got to start with a Vegas, with a Vegas individual. R.I.P. DJ Certified.
Absolutely.
R.I.P. DJ Certified. He just recently lost him as well. I remember there were a lot of prayers for his recovery, and then of course the unfortunate didn't end up happening. I first met DJ Certified when he did Like Water for Chocolate 3 or 4 years ago.
And that's what I see. I never met him in person, but that name, I knew it like from, I'm like, oh, I know that. I knew who that is. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I remember when he did Like Water for Chocolate. I know he was already doing 88.1 around that time. Super cool dude. That was the days when I turned the bedroom into the studio. You know what I'm saying? And when I first met him, and he came in and he saw the bed in the dining room, and he walked in, he was like, yo, you really turned your entire bedroom to a studio? He said, hey man, respect. I don't care what nobody say, respect. No, I appreciated that. You know what I'm saying? Because that is a pretty wild thing to do.
Right.
But for him to, come in and not have the shock and all value, it was just like, no, all I see is a man grinding, and I appreciated that, man. And he was really putting on for Vegas. And after the time he did Like Water for Chocolate, that's when you just started seeing him places. You know what I mean? Yeah. Always a cool dude, always will literally go out of his way to speak to you. You know what I'm saying? To just share some kind of light with you. Solid individual, man. Vegas definitely took a big hit with that one. So R.I.P. DJ Certified. Even more personal, Wilberforce family, Melissa Register, excuse me, Melissa Register, R.I.P., a fighter. My God, a fighter. Brought a lot of light to the Wilberforce family. While we were praying for her, she was as close to God, as you can be to really get past, this situation. Unfortunately, the situation did what it did. And all I can do is just be proud of how she motivated And, you know, you never want these kind of situations to bring people closer, but it's something that did bring people closer.
I understand that. I understand that. When back, what was this, 08? Had just graduated. A mutual friend of like the entire school, he was killed. And that brung everybody closer. I mean, I would say this, the class of 07 was already tight, but that brung everybody closer.
Right.
Like, we may not speak to each other every day or anything like that, but if I see somebody on the street that's class of 07, they see me.
It's love.
Yeah.
It's immediate love.
Yeah.
And that's how I was with her. Like, even in my dedication post, like I never wanted to be you know, a lot of cats, they tried to chase clout, you know, with death.
They want to have the coolest,
you know what I'm saying? Like
the deepest.
You feel me? And then turn that, but you all
even
you
though it's fake.
All you did was share like one hello or whatever.
Yeah.
That's one of the first things I said before I even went into my dedication. Like I'm not even going to pretend as if, you know, we were just the tightest of the tight. You know what I'm saying? With my school being as small as it is, you're bound to see the same person once or twice a day. If every time me and her interact, it was always cool. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be little conversation, a joke here and there. She was funny as hell. And you know what I'm saying? You go about your day. It was always, you know, a respect there. You know what I mean? And when I saw that she was diagnosed and then watching her updates, you know, it's almost like I blindly grew closer to her doing that. So every time she posts, you know, I always make sure to throw a heart, throw a keep fighting, throw a strength sign, you know, the whole nine. So with her passing, man, and Wilberforce is reacting. So big love to my green and gold Bulldogs. Big love to the Register family. Big love to the Zeta Chapter AKAs. Big love to her line, man. Huge hit for our school. But she wanted us all to be strong and be better and be closer. And that's just what we got to do.
Yeah.
And I think everybody knows that as well. It's just what we got to do. Had to get out the way because, like I said, we got some interesting conversations to have on this here Noize Monday. But before we get into said conversations, sir, you know what time it is. You know what time it is here, hustlers. It's this or that. Or we gotta say like this or that because we're black.
Get like a 60s. Don't get like a 50s little theme. You know,
no, you know what we need? We need to soundbite this or that. This or that. You can get with this or you can get with that. What the fuck is, like, who made that song?
I don't know.
Mob's the black sheep. Where's the black? Rapping was way too easy back then.
That's probably why everybody feel like they can do it now.
Yeah. That's how it happens. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this or that. Kev, you can go first.
Okay.
We got 4 of them things for y'all.
Yeah. Bam. I think this was last episode where we talked about this, or maybe the episode before.
What's that?
I don't know. This can go on with this. This one can go on with that one. Would you rather have sex with someone that has really bad BO?
Wow.
Or really bad breath?
Really bad breath. Back shots. Reverse
cowgirl,
the side.
The same thing.
And pillows. Yeah. You on the same way?
Yeah, I'm definitely on the same way. Either that or we can role play. You wear a mask.
It's like every time you wear a mask. We're playing Jason. Next time it's gonna be Mike Myers.
Or I can just be really, really overcautious. Hey, we're gonna do this. We both gotta wear a mask while we doing it.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm really COVID conscious. You feel me? Like I'm not vaccinated. I don't know where your stance is on getting vaccinated. It's definitely a weird kind of thing because you already know when it's body odor, that's woo.
Yeah, that can mess up everything.
Yeah, that shit probably slide out like a bong hit every time you slide it. Like, ooh, this. Yeah. Oh, the flies are dying.
I don't know if I could. This question shouldn't get nobody in trouble or nothing like that.
Uh-oh.
It's a question when it's like a little tangent. Have you ever slept with someone that was smelling a little funny?
One person, but it was kind of like one of those too little, too late situations.
So you was just in the stank box, just.
Listen, I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Everyone has done it.
Yeah, I've
because here's the thing. That's the double standards of this shit. If my balls stink, she gonna stop sucking. You know what I'm saying? Tend to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fix that. You got something going on.
Let a nigga be like, yo, your dogs is barking. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't smelling too fresh.
First of all, understand that thing is gonna dry up like an American reservoir.
Yeah.
And secondly, you're never gonna hit that again. You're never gonna hit that again.
No.
And then you have to go around and tell everybody she got the stanky poop.
Or you just don't say nothing at all.
And you just finish.
You just don't say nothing at all. So check it.
But also, just to be clear, it's not like it smelled like she ran to my house. It was definitely like, oh, you had a day before you came here.
Here's my story.
Uh-oh.
So check it. My junior year in high school.
Ooh, even worse.
I had a free period, right?
Okay.
Now, mind you, we stayed mad close to the school, like mad close. School started at 8. I can leave at 7:55 and still get there on time.
Okay.
Mad close, right? So we had the free period. In the free period, well, it was right around like it was like free period and then go into lunch. So I had like an extended lunch. Mom's was at work, so me and a chick that I was flirting with or whatever, I had her in one of my classes. We went, to the house.
Make that happen.
Right. Now, in a lot of the talks or the sex talk back then with her involved like lingerie and shit like that. Mm. Now, mind you, I'm a junior in high school. A, I want to see the lingerie. B, I just want to see if you're going to do it.
Right.
The main things. She did it. Right. She put the lingerie on. Mind you, houses to ourselves, put the lingerie on. So I'm like, okay, shit finna get popping. Shit got ready to get popping. And as it did, it started to have a smell. Mm. Now, mind you, this is around lunchtime, but this is not like, lunch at high school. This isn't 1. This is 11, 12 o'clock. We went to 1 class, maybe 2, before we in this situation. So it's still, I don't know. I just feel like you shouldn't be smelling like this.
Was it a Vegas summer?
I can't remember.
Yeah, no, should be ripe during
I can't remember. No,
it's
this
a lot.
Was, now, don't get me wrong.
School was a lot of outside.
It was. I know people can be right. And number one, I'm not talking about body odor.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm not talking about body odor, but I know shit can happen. You know what I mean? But the smell was something different. Like it was different. So much so, and I'm putting myself out right now, but so much so, like I couldn't get down to business. I couldn't. This was some kissing, maybe a nipple suck here and there, but when it got time to get down, I couldn't because of that smell. So you know what I did? Oh shit! My mom come home.
You'll hear the garage. You'll hear the garage. You'll hear the garage.
Mind you, what I did was I looked at the clock. Oh shit! Mom's supposed to get off around this time. I overthought it. It was no cell phone. Well, it was cell phone, but it wasn't no cell phones like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was no way for me to really know she was on her way home.
Not without blowing them Nokia minutes.
Exactly, and it was not after 7. So we get up, and I'm like, we gotta go. Brother, I ain't never speak to that woman again in class. I ain't never talk to her again.
Why the first thing I thought about was Marlon Wayans and Mo Money. Where we shot by the bed. Fire! Fire! I don't smell no smoke. He said, nah, she got to get the fuck up out of here. Yo,
yeah, it was one of those, I said I had to go to the restroom or something beforehand, came back. Oh shit, I didn't realize I didn't have a clock in my room, so I guess that part worked out. I didn't realize how late it was. Mom's going to be home. We got to go.
Go in the bathroom, play the ringtone real quick. Oh, who's calling?
And how bad that was. So it wasn't like we went back to school together. You know what I mean? Maybe we chilled at lunch, and then as the day went on, we said, no, my nigga, like, as soon as we got on campus, you go that way, I'm going this way. I don't want to talk to you no more. To this day, never spoken to that girl again.
Well, I bet now she's double shy. There's somebody in the comments right now, but maybe she, nah. She stank.
Nah. Yeah, this was bad. Because the reason now, if it was a spur of the moment thing, then maybe I can be like, you know what? Who knows what could have happened in the spur of the moment, but this wasn't.
Right.
This was like a 3-day plan. So you knew. You knew this was going to go down. Somehow, whether it was like during that free period or after school, somehow, you knew that was going to go down.
Why is it that in high school, when you have the free period, like when you get to junior or senior year and you got that open time. Now, not me. I was a terrible student. I would just ditch when someone else had the free period. But
my freshman year, it's funny. I used to ditch when it wasn't even ditching. Sometimes it was, but she was cool. My Spanish teacher, I would tell her I'm just going to the gym to play ball. She'd be like, okay, and I would go.
yeah, I wish I could tell some of the stories of how I got out
She was
of high
like
school.
my last period though, so it was cool.
I definitely wish I could tell some of the stories. I'm like, some of them are still in academia now. They would for sure be like, you did what in 2007? But anyway, I ain't fucking teacher. Trust me, I'd have told that story.
It seemed like all the teachers. That's because it was different. Teachers, when we went to school, they ain't look like the teachers do now.
Only 2 of them, and one of them I thought I was gonna get a chance to, but all she did was change my scores. I ain't gonna put her name out there. I already said what she did, but I ain't gonna put her name out there. But anyway, what if you like went to hit and actually hit, and then she still had the body odor. Ooh. So then the sweat on the bed, and you had white sheets, and it was the gold outline of her, like a chalk outline. Like you really caught a body.
No, so then I would just take the sheet to school the next day and put it on her locker. Like, you see this shit?
This is you.
This is all you.
This is you. Nobody sweats that gold. It's a perfect outline. It looks like a murder scene in my shit.
A gold murder scene.
Gold murder scene. God damn it.
We both agree Bad Breath is where we going with this.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Without a doubt. We can go like back and forth.
Yeah.
Would you rather have just nonstop cottonmouth?
Shit.
And when I say nonstop, I mean at all times. And when I say cottonmouth, I mean that 3 a.m. when you chug the water, dry mouth.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Nonstop cottonmouth or constant, unstoppable under eye itch, that eyelid itch where you just be sitting there just like this for like 20 minutes and that should never go away. And you just,
God, that's tough. Shit. Does the cotton mouth go away?
No. Both of these it's a medical condition.
I think I'd rather have the eye itch.
You rather have the under eye itch?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, it may be less annoying, maybe not. But I feel like when you do have the eye itch and you actually scratch it, it's pleasure and you scratch it. You be like, this shit do feel good.
And then as soon as you stop, it's right back.
Right. But you can just keep. Now I feel like with cottonmouth, unless you're like drinking like water to get away from it, it's gonna always focus because it seems like no matter how much you drink, you're gonna have cottonmouth, and eventually your belly not gonna be able to take more.
It ain't be able to take the water.
You still got cottonmouth.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think I'm going IH, man.
Nah, I'm definitely going IH as well. I couldn't do it, bro. I remember this one time I had cottonmouth that just stressed me out. I thought something was legit wrong, bro. Like it was so bad, and I was just like, you remember me, myself, and Irene? And the thing said the pills just gave me unbelievable cottonmouth. I swear that's the shit that I had.
And then cottonmouth, it takes stuff away. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
You got cottonmouth. The last thing you want to do is go hit smoke a fat blunt.
Oh yeah, what?
So it took that away. At least in my eye, I can scratch my eye while I'm smoking.
And then you got that cottonmouth, so then you already know the next step coming is dry lips. Nigga, you looking like pre-Gucci, man.
Yeah.
You looking like early Gucci.
What if it's time to get down to business with somebody that smells nice, and you want to go down there and do some things, but you got cottonmouth?
I mean,
I'm not trying to eat box with cottonmouth. I'm saying.
Yeah, that's your lip skin start to tear.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that.
Yo, cottonmouth is so. That's why I'm so happy. Like I've had dry mouth, pretty often, but I'm so glad I haven't had cottonmouth in years. Like I said, the last time I had it, boy, I had it real bad.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Would you rather cheat and be caught, or be cheated on and never be told?
Shit. Cheat or get caught. Cheat and get caught. Or get cheated on and never be told.
Now, the person that you cheated with, you feel is that's you fucked up, whatever the case is, but you feel that's your that's who you're supposed to be with. So losing said person would be devastating.
Ooh, shit.
Now you got to keep that in mind, how you feel about that person. If that person cheats too, you know what I mean? You got to keep that in mind.
I'm going to say cheat and get caught because for me to never find out, one, it's probably someone close to me. Two, way too much planning and preparation went into it for me to just not find out. And three, I can't be in a situation when she go to hug somebody and it's like, damn, dog, you had her on the balcony though? Like,
no telling what she did.
No telling what she probably ate his ass, bro. Like, we'll get to that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it could have been some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? He busting her nose. She was blowing snot bubbles. Yeah. You feel? Nah. Just if I'm getting caught with somebody I ultimately was going to leave her for anyway, then I just rather get caught.
Yeah, I agree with you. I much rather get caught and do it that way. At least there's other variables that maybe you can come up with to help you with that. But if she doing it, you know what I mean, and she ain't telling you, or you ain't, it's just he can't. What if he got your queen on the balcony in Venice and he giving her back shots?
And she tell you she went on a work trip. Nah.
And one thing I admire,
you was at the Louvre, bitch.
One thing I admire about women, which I've never heard them asked, and men, I guess it's our ego and pride that's gonna make us ask that. If she hits someone who never told you, you're gonna, in the back of your mind, even whether you said it or not, you're gonna be like, was he better than me? You ain't never heard a chick be like, hey yo, like, did she get wetter than me? Was it, you know what I mean?
You know,
like,
so because
you never heard that.
Because you know what they ask? They ask the more personal shit that almost feels worse answering than nah, the box was better. They ask, did you kiss her? Did y'all spend time? Like,
do you love her?
You know what I'm saying? What is
no, bitch, you just asked. I don't love her.
Like, did y'all spend time with each other? Like, damn, I mean, we caught the movie. That alone is already.
She asked you to spend time with her, and she know you did. You had to spend time with her so you can hit.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's oof.
Yeah.
But the first question, nigga said, was he better?
Yeah, you know, that's because that's what niggas do.
And you know what's so bad is that at that point, because a woman's only going to feel guilty, but for so long, because she felt justified in doing it, because for some reason, because at the end of the day, it's your fault. So eventually, she's only going to give you but so many I'm sorries until eventually it's like, yeah, nigga, it was better.
Yeah, eventually, but yeah, it was better.
And now you swing it at the air like Trey. You know what I'm saying? You just mad as fuck. This is an easier. It's easier because it's not some fuck shit.
Okay.
Would you rather headline a major festival or be one of the performers on a major tour? So let's say Lovers and Friends is a big fucking festival. Right. But if we know it's broken down into nights, would you rather headline one of the nights of Lovers and Friends or be Ice Cube on the Up and Smoke tour?
Well, the headliner basically be at the festival, but just not a headliner, basically?
No. Be the headliner of one of the nights at the festival, but it's a one-night thing. Or go on a major tour, but you're just one of the undercard performers. And, and you're probably one of the like you're on the marquee, but you're probably like an opening performer.
I don't want to be a headliner. I wouldn't want to be a headliner in that one. Because the headliner, which is, don't get me wrong, which is fucking phenomenal. But the headliner is just that. It's people may have waited to see you, the headliner. But I feel like the person he has a chance to kind of steal the show. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You can have a headliner, you can have a dope artist, and everybody came to see you know what they're gonna do, but the undercard, if you will, and you steal the show. People like, hey yo, that kid's nice. I know we came to see him, but if we came to see him, I'd fuck with it too.
Like, I definitely want to hear that.
You know what I mean? I think I would take that route.
I agree. I would also go that route. The reason I came up with that question is,
unless I was like Drake or something.
Nah, if you Draking on the undercard,
I'm saying if I was Drake, I want to be the headliner.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. But that's what I mean. Like, when it comes down to the actual tour portion, that I agree with you 110%. Because one thing I was seeing, did you watch Jay-Z on The Shop
Yeah, actually I did. Yeah.
So he was talking about basically, because I remember DMX told the same story. DMX's reactions were just too fucking huge.
Right.
So it went from Jay-Z being the headliner to where they would interchange headlining status. To me, I'd much rather stay in my place and just make it hard for you to close. And when Jay-Z was talking about, he said when the lights went down, then doom, doom, and the crowd went fucking nuts, and out of nowhere, and the crowd exploded. Oh, I would love to be able to go out there, rip shit to shreds, end it with a prayer, and now the crowd's crying. Nigga, that is a wave of emotions.
Give me 3 artists, dead or alive, that you would like to go to their show. Or like you would have liked to go to or went to their show.
Ooh, that's a good one, because I've kind of seen everybody that. All right. I gotta really think. This probably is blasphemous, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I don't give a fuck. I don't think I would have wanted to go to a Tupac show. I don't think he does a good live performance.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of his
You don't hear
live
about it
performance.
much outside of the House of Blues one. You don't hear about it much.
Right, outside the House of, but when you think about it, the fact that the House of Blues was the DVD, well, in that time the cassette.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was the one they were putting out and they were selling. It really should have been better. So I'm not really a big fan of Tupac's live performances. So I don't want to, do the fucking cop out and be like, oh, Tupac. And then I almost said Big Crit and realized that I saw Crit on my birthday a couple years ago. Damn. My top 3. Dead or alive, dead or alive, dead or alive. I almost said Noize, but I saw Noize. You go first. I really gotta think. I've seen a lot of the people that I'm like, I gotta go to that show.
I would go to MJ,
Okay.
DMX, and Hov.
You haven't seen Hov?
No.
Wow, that's shocking.
Again, I didn't grow up
Right.
being
True.
a Jay-Z fan. When I became a Jay-Z fan, I was well past 21.
Right.
So
Eminem. I would definitely want to go to an Eminem show.
How you feel about Pac? I feel that way about M.
No, Eminem puts on a really good live show.
Really?
Yeah, from the shit that I caught on
haven't
YouTube.
Seen or heard nobody speak about an Eminem live show.
Well, I mean, it's not really,
Even then,
great to speak about
even
Eminem.
then, I never heard it. You know what I mean?
I've watched because there's this YouTube channel that this nigga, I don't know, he fishes out all of Eminem's like performances and shit, like festivals, stuff like that, and he'll put it on there as like E-Watch or something like that. And I've watched a lot of his international shows and stuff like that. He puts on a damn good show.
I believe he's capable, absolutely. I just haven't seen it to be like,
Right.
I would like to
or even heard anything about it to be like, I'm definitely trying to get up in there. But and all that time, I still didn't think about. I was just listening to you. Let's see. Eminem for sure for a third time. Almost said Nipsey, and I forgot. I feel bad because he's gone now, but I forgot I snuck into his concert back in the Bay. Bro, I'm having a difficult time. I really can't think. Ludacris.
Yeah, I think he probably would have put on a good show.
So M, Luda, and Chris Brown.
Yeah, I'm sure Chris Brown would have put on a fantastic show as well.
Ooh, but you know what though? I am going to use one cheat. I'm going to use one cheat code performance. I would have loved to see Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I mean like prime, like
Yeah,
come out the
Mike.
ground.
When I said that, I was thinking prime. Yeah.
Come out the ground, stand there for 10
Criminal
minutes.
Mike, yeah.
You feel me? Stand there for 10 minutes, just watch people die. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have loved to see that show.
That's got to be the biggest flex of the music
Oh, yeah.
industry. It has
yeah.
to be. Nigga, I came out, stood here for 10 minutes, and 30 women fainted. Like,
They were carting people out. And then after that 10 minutes, all I did was turn my head to the other side. And then they lost it again.
exactly. Like, yeah, that has to be.
You got to be a bad motherfucker for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to be a bad motherfucker for that. I would have also loved to have gone on a date to a Marvin Gaye concert. Marvin Gaye puts on a stellar
He's
fucking
my favorite
performance.
60s artist. So, yeah.
He puts on a fucking he makes a show out of that shit, bro. I watched the Marvin Gaye concert the other day, and it was around the time of, you know, the I Want You was going on. Like this was when Marvin was Marvin.
Trouble
you
Man
feel me?
Marvin, gotcha.
Exactly. Trouble Man Marvin. Ooh, come on with it, nigga. But I would have loved to have been in that era, been with my lady, and was like, you know what I'm saying, surprise her with tickets that we're going to see Marvin. Obviously, it's the 70s, so we probably, you know, do some coke. You know what I'm saying? And go live life. I would have loved to see Marvin Gaye. Now they're coming to me after I stood still for 10 minutes and turned my head. I got actually, because I thought I had some more. I actually have one more, so I actually knocked this one out the way. And I'm only doing this because I know you're into astrology and you're also into, not astrology, I'm sorry, you're into space and you're into the world and how shit works.
Astrology, but carry on.
Okay, whatever. Would you rather, and this is full capabilities to explore as long as you want to, would you rather have the capabilities to explore space or the ocean?
That is a very good question that I struggle with.
And I mean like the floor.
Right. That is a very
no dangers.
With it?
No dangers.
Well, you said no dangers?
No dangers. Full capabilities to do a straight exploration.
Probably space.
Me too.
Space. I mean, with no dangers, that takes away like the water aspect you're trying. It takes away that. But it's just bigger. And as much as I would love to explore the ocean on this world, if I'm in space, maybe I can explore the ocean on another world. You know what I mean?
Maybe,
like,
right.
I think just space.
You know what's so fucked up about that though? No matter what, you are going to discover something that is going to fuck you up forever.
Yeah. Like
no matter what.
I try to tell people, like, even though it's coming out now, like, you know what I mean, that may be real or that it's real, people just really ain't looking into it. But hypothetically, if a spaceship was to come to Earth now, so a lot of people, maybe not everybody, but the world can see it. You know what I mean? Don't say nothing. Just come down and leave. It changes everything.
It changes everything. It changes every fucking thing.
Everything, like down to regular day shit, down to religion. It changes everything. So I look at it as like, yo, like you said, that can fuck people up forever. You know what I mean? In a good or a bad way. It depends. And
you know, and honestly, that kind of exists. Not even kind of, that definitely exists with the sea. Because imagine you go to the ocean floor. There are machines that can't go to the ocean floor and record what's down there. Imagine you have full capability to go to the ocean floor and then you find out that day monsters exist.
Or that day something down there that's down there and it really ain't came up, whether it didn't want to or not, but it's something down there that if it did decide to come up, we're all fucked. Like right, you get down there and you find out that the Earth's core is about to make shit shake. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right. Either way it goes, you're going to discover something that's going to change your life forever.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, I had to get, because like I said, I know you're into that shit just like I am, so I had to get that one off. All right, so, you know, from dealing with scientific facts and all that other stuff to Trick Daddy getting his ass ate.
Yes, multifaceted. We are multifaceted.
We are out here moving, goddammit. I wasn't expecting this.
Why did he give up that information?
Bruh, Nori, I didn't watch the whole I didn't watch the whole interview either. Nori was just talking about men getting their ass ate. And you could tell Trick Daddy was really sitting, no pun intended, was really sitting on that comment because he's like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I get ate out. I'm like, first of all, don't say it like that. Let's start there. Don't say it like that.
It's certain. So I get it. We're in this equality and not trying to be exclusive, but it's some shit that you got to leave exclusive.
It's some shit you don't take out the crib.
That is a term that we gonna let the women have. You know what I mean? That's gonna stay with them. That's
gonna stay right there. Because that just opens up the floodgates of Trick Daddy gets his ass ate. And then when they ask us, like, your legs be nasty? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. I'm like, sometimes? That's plural. You didn't just get caught slipping one day. It was like, this ain't bad. This nigga just willingly be laying down like, go ahead.
Why do you have to give up that nigga? You didn't have to tell nobody.
Bro, like I don't
like, man, get out of here with that. Not
Get the
answer the
fuck outta
question
here.
or something. You know what I mean? Like,
But we're in the era that a chick would have been like, nah, I ain't Trick Daddy's ass. Well, actually, I just thought about it. Will a chick willingly give up that information?
if they had, ooh.
Bro, that's life changing.
At this point, nah. I think they got to be quiet. He
absolutely.
gave up the information. You can't be the one that nah.
And
Maybe you can get it past if this was like early 2000 Trick Daddy. Maybe. But this Trick Daddy now?
This Trick Daddy look like he got gas.
Yeah. he looked like he got his That's for sure.
And this nigga, there's somebody out there eating Trick Daddy ass.
You get eat out, Los?
Not at all. Not even kind of. I had no problem telling. I think I've said this story on the show before. One time, some chick tried it. When I realized you're going way lower than what you're supposed to, and I just reacted. I felt bad. It was meant to be a push, but it kind of was a pluck. Like, I'm sorry, but no, I'm good. And then when you hear female talk about, that's where the male G spot is. That's what's up. It's gonna be uncharted territory.
Yeah, I'm nothing just fine.
I'm about to say that still feel fine,
Right,
whether or not it's
still
like
fine to me. I don't need that extra.
we're all good. It's just this
See,
is
that's
gonna be
Y'all
undiscoverable.
Greedy. Y'all greedy. That's your Trick Daddy greedy.
Is Trick Daddy greedy or is just that control? Like just
Control for who?
Just imagine pissing off your lady and she look at you and she give you a look in your head. You're like, you gonna tell people you ate my ass, ain't you? It can't be nothing else. Well, you like, all right, what you mean? All right,
All right, I'm gonna chill out.
What? You gonna tell me you ate my ass? That's the first place you go, no matter what. It could have been anything.
Oh, Trick Daddy look like he's had diarrhea at least twice a week. At least twice a week.
At least twice a week.
Oh,
and
man, and it's that runny shit too.
You ain't never seen Trick Daddy in jeans, so this nigga's always sweating. I mean, I'm sorry, in shorts. So this nigga's always sweating from fucking waist
That's
down.
because he walk around loose booty.
These nigga walking doors like, you hear a whistle? Y'all hear that whistle?
Hey, you think Trick get his ass ate to take it to the house?
You think that was the house? Oh, two more bottles of Chris.
Oh man.
Is
Trina aware of this?
Did Trina do it? I'm not even about to do it.
No, they related.
You trying to sign the slip and slide, ain't you? Well,
that's what he called it.
Do me a favor.
Somebody slip aside.
Put that pillow on the ground for me.
Why did he have to say I get ate out though?
I get ate out. They said, you put your legs in? Sometimes. I'm like, Trey, come on, bro. Everything ain't meant for the media.
Bam. So if a man, obviously, like Trick Daddy, likes getting his ass ate, what is the proper way to get your ass ate?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know getting ass ate etiquette. I don't know eating ass etiquette.
Do you bend over? Like with your ass in the air?
No matter what.
Like, what is the procedure?
The positioning of the ass, you are vulnerable. It don't matter. You can lay on your side. You can lay on your back. You can bust it open. No matter what, you are in a position that you did not think you'd ever be in.
What is that? Set it off? Or she was like, what's the procedure when you got a gun in your face? Set it off? What's the procedure when you got a tongue in your ass?
You gotta tell you. What is the procedure when you got Trick Daddy booty hole in your face? What if Trick Daddy face sitting? What?
Yo! What?
Like, you think about it. When the chick sitting on your face, you got the sound. You got Trick Daddy sitting on your face.
He gonna pull what was due? Fucking, that's one of my favorite episodes. I'm drawing a blank. Barry
Gordy? No.
It wasn't Barry Gordy. What did you say? Dude was farting on the.
Oh, Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry. There you go. Chuck Berry. Is he the new age Chuck Berry? No, he should have asked him, how recent did you get your ass ate?
Nah. At that point, we transitioned. We're not talking about anything. As soon as you say, I get ate out, Yo, so it's been hot in Miami lately. Like, you realize that? It's like the
my
humidity.
ass been sweating. That's what he would have said.
Damn it. Trust me, I've been getting real clean. Ain't that right, no up top? What if that conversation just broke down and you found out Nori and EFN was getting their ass ate as well?
Oh, man. They probably talked about it off camera.
Bruh, listen.
Hey, I get it too, my nigga. That's what I'm saying.
Story time with Los. I ain't gonna say no names, but the niggas that was around gonna know.
Shit.
The niggas that was around know the whole story, bro. I remember me and a certain group of individuals were joking about that kind of shit. We were sitting around and the nigga that was about to go bust something down, he was like, I'm about to go do some freaky shit. I'm gonna eat ass. Shit, she gonna eat my ass. Everybody started laughing.
What, he volunteered this?
No, but now granted, it could have happened. We don't know. This nigga was into some shit. But, we all started laughing. One nigga there took the joke way too far. He thought he was being serious. Again, he could have been. Who knows? No judgment. But he said, yo, that shit feel fucking good as hell. We was like, yo, you
did not think you was going to say that.
We was like, yo, you be getting your ass? He said, hell yeah. And this nigga proceeds to, and this nigga is 6'3", 6'4", bro. This nigga low key is built like a fucking tight end. And this nigga he said, yeah, throw the legs back. I was like, yo, you're mad flexible, B. Why did that just happen?
Whoa.
And you ever hear, you know when comedians say they bombed at a show? That had to be how that felt because he was already in the mug. We were all joking and laughing. And once he realized all the laughing niggas were staring at him, them legs came down super slow. Like, oh.
Like, oh, y'all didn't really want to
y'all be getting your ass ate? Nah, bro. Not at all. And you way too. First of all, like I said, this nigga about 6'3", 6'4", big as shit. Boom. Perfect way to explain it. He's built like Glenn Big Baby Davis.
Oh, wow.
And his girl, 5'2", little petite little thing.
Hey, maybe it could, like you said, maybe it can be a control
She was
thing.
chopping that lumber down, nigga. She took down that sequoia.
Man.
Oh, the tongue is mightier than the sword.
That is the title of this show right there. That is it. The tongue is mightier than the sword.
The tongue is mightier than the sword.
Oh my, yeah.
Woo. Trick Daddy. God damn.
It's funny because the person who, I guess who he was married to that was on Love and Hip Hop, she came out and was like, nah, that wasn't me.
Yeah, it was.
Right.
Yeah, it was. You was loving the kids just as much as Trick was. Kids being Trick's asshole. Cause you can't just drop that gem and then the person that Trick Daddy married, you wasn't a jump off, you wasn't a girlfriend, you wasn't a side chick. He married you. He gave you the last name and he like his ass ate. You wasn't eating Trick Daddy ass? All right. You think niggas stupid out here.
What if we find out like the person that really ate his ass like came out and she was bad.
But you know what's so fucked up? You know that's exactly how it is because that's what they be doing for fame, bro.
Yeah.
That's what they be doing for fame.
Yeah.
She probably was a bad probably one. Spanish.
They down there in Miami, so they got him.
Come on, man. That's why I said probably Spanish, some kind of Puerto Rican. Was down there, Oy mi cante.
Man, out there eating Trick's ass.
Out there eating Trick's booty in humid Miami heat. Trick don't strike me as a pre-sex shower guy. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
Trick is like, I just got off a tour. Before I get in the shower, I want my ass ate. Yeah. Cause I gotta get your spit off of me. You gotta get that all day off of you, bruh. You gotta do that first. You ain't got no respect.
None.
Yo, what if Trick also look like the type of nigga that be having like boils?
God damn.
What if just that day, nigga, it's just a boil just sitting right outside. So now you sitting there eating Trick Daddy ass and there's a boil looking like I'm gonna pop on you.
No.
Coming for your forehead.
Trick had hemorrhoids. And he feel the only way to soothe his hemorrhoids is to get his ass ate from top
She
to
pushing it with her tongue.
That's fucking disgusting.
Oh, go grab that ice. Yeah, 2 birds, 1 stone. 2 birds, 1 tongue. Oh, it's gross.
Oh, that's nasty.
But there was other things shared in that episode that I want to ask you about. Because Wow. Anyway, there were other things that were shared in the episode, which is interesting because I actually have Slip and Slide Down as one of the rap categories. Trick said he'll never do verses because of the disrespect that he feels gets shown in verses. And then that had me thinking, I'm like, Trick Daddy got hits, bro.
Does he? I don't know it. And I'm asking that genuinely because I don't know his catalog. I keep saying category. His catalog enough to know if he has.
Trick Daddy got hits. Between his he got features. He got shit he's done for mixtapes. Of course, his own shit. You know, you can go all the way back to Nah Nigga to fucking the Trick Love the Kids record. The DJ shit he done with Khaled. Shit he done with Lil Jon. Trick Daddy got a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm curious, who would Trick Daddy go up against?
Juicy J.
Ooh, that wouldn't be fair though, because then Juicy J gets Juicy J's catalog, and he's doing pretty good as a solo artist, and you get 3 6 Mafia's catalog.
You're right, but at the end of the day, it's only 20 songs.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't think Trick got 20.
Oh,
but Juicy J and 3 6 Mafia for sure got 20.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they do.
Ever since I can remember, that was my shit.
Shit, who would he go against?
Hold on, I'm pulling up Trick Daddy's top tracks on Tidal right now. Let me see.
Because I want to pair him up with somebody that's in that, you know.
I don't know who this nigga is. He is. That is not current Trick. But yeah, so wow, that's interesting. Trick Daddy's #1 record is the T.I. record, Stand Up.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, how's that the #1 record? But then you got Nah Nigga, I'm a Thug, Let's Go, Trick Daddy and Twista, In the Wind, Tonight with Jaheim and Trina, Thug Holiday with old girl from Escape, with Latasha Scott, Shut Up. She got that sugar on my tongue. Oh, wait, no, that song no longer works. The sugar is Trick Daddy's ass crust. Oh, this was my shit that I ain't really here to play no games, but
yeah,
you
that's my shit too. Honestly, it sounds like Trick
got some shit,
it sounds
bro.
like he might be able to go with Juicy for a second.
I don't know, because then it's gonna get real obscure after a while.
I'm sure it will, but you know,
we'll see what happens. But yeah, when he brought that up, I was like, do I want to see Trick Daddy in the verses? And I thought, I was like, I kind of do.
He said, you said that he said it's a lot of disrespect shown in verses. Mm-hmm. Have you seen any disrespect?
I haven't seen any disrespect, but I think where he's coming from is a place of sensitivity. I don't think he can have healthy competition with that much shit talking going on back and forth. I don't think he can do it.
So you're saying it's more so for him?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least that's what I think. But the proposed battle was Trick Daddy versus Bootsy. I'm like, he'd destroy Bootsy.
I think so too.
But of course, Bootsy's hood following is like Kanye's Ye following.
Right.
I'm like, I don't know what y'all niggas is hearing in this man's music, but he's talking about shit that you really want to do, because let's be honest, you're not actually doing it, but that's neither here nor there. Mm-hmm. He's talking about the shit that you really want to do, but I mean, what you got? Independent and
I mean,
what a Boosie song.
I don't know. A, I don't know, but B, we wouldn't know because he's definitely not in our demographic of
nowhere near,
like at all.
Nowhere near.
But since we're all are like kind of on verses a little bit, how do you feel about this particular matchup coming up? Fat Joe versus Ja Rule?
Peel him the curtain back. I had that down for 20 for 20. If you remember what
I was just gonna say, I believe you mentioned something like that.
Yeah, I had it on the list. Yeah. Because I was thinking because it wasn't gonna be 50 versus Ja. That would have just been a wiping.
That's not gonna happen.
So I was like, all right, who the fuck? Because I didn't want to exclude Ja Rule, because at the end of the day, no matter how corny he is, the nigga still had a fucking run.
Right.
You know
and then
what I'm
on top
saying?
of that, I mean, we see you can say he's corny now, but up until 50 got here, Ja was that guy.
Ja was that dude. And I just started looking around, and I thought, I was like, Fat Joe has the same amount of thug records that he does lady records. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's an excellent fucking pairing.
Yeah, I think it's an excellent matchup.
Bro,
who do you got?
In that matchup? Woo, shit. I don't know.
See, the ignorance in me, like really not thinking about it, really thinking about it, I want to say Ja. But I feel like once I really think about it, that's going to change.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I'm with you. Like, I don't know.
This will probably be
the most even,
the most even matchup in versus history, because even though Fat Joe's been going longer, when it comes down to hits, I think him and like their 20 is going to be insane.
Yeah, like I said, regardless of how you feel about them, it's going to be an entertaining time of hearing music.
Absolutely,
it's going to be good because you're going to hear like some hits.
You're going to hear some shit
maybe forgot about.
That you completely forgot about. Absolutely. And people sleep on Fat Joe.
Yes, they do.
But this nigga got catalog, bro. He has catalog.
He has, when he's about to drop an album, he's going to give you one or two bona fide hits. Even if the album is garbage. Even the
album's garbage. You're gonna walk away liking something from the album. And then the people also forget, he didn't just start having hits after Pun died. Yeah. He discovered Pun.
Yeah.
Don Cartagena came well before any Big Pun album. You feel me? So it's like, and I forgot what was the big record off of Don Cartagena, but he had a big record off of that album. Yeah. So it's like, people sleep on Joe, but this nigga got some shit.
Yeah, he do.
You know what I'm saying? And again, like you just got done saying, people sleep on Ja. Ja was that nigga before 50 was like, are y'all not recognizing what's going on?
Do y'all not see this?
Y'all not see what's happening? He's trying to be a murderer.
This popped in my head right now as a versus matchup. How you feel about Rick Ross versus T.I.?
Rick Ross versus T.I.
I don't know. It just popped in my head right now.
I don't know. I don't know. I still think T.I. and Ludacris is the versus battle that was supposed to happen. Now, I don't think T.I. will get a versus at all just because of the shit he's going through. Now, once he's done, he'll get one for sure. But they may end up, nope, can't do Jeezy because he did Gucci Mane. I don't know. Like, I like it. I like it because I know it's a bunch of shit, but it also feels very different, if that makes sense.
Very, very different how?
In sound, like in...
Really, you think that's it? I mean, yes, the sound is different, but I think they kind of fit along the right way. Like their matchups, I feel like their matchups would be very similar to Fat Joe and Ja as far as evenness.
Oh yeah, as far as
that's more or less what I was.
As far as a solid 20, sure,
yeah,
for sure. But you know what? Him and 2 Chainz actually did very well, and I thought that was a random fucking matchup. So Rick Ross and T.I. actually could be some real shit. Maybe. Rick Ross and T.I. can definitely be some over the top shit. I don't know. We'll definitely see what happens. Yeah. I want to. I for sure want to talk about this. The Bishop Sycamore High School scam.
Yeah. So here's my thing. Because when I first seen it, I didn't like really get into it and like that. The articles, the brief articles kind of told me what the situation was. Is this a real school or they just don't have a football program?
No, it's not a school at all. Matter of fact, none of the niggas are even in high school. They're all junior college niggas.
I did hear that. And the reason I asked if it was a real school or not, because it said that he got fired, the head coach, and it said somebody else got fired. I'm like, well, if it's not a real school, how the fuck is you're firing people? But
I'm pretty sure that was just adding to the shit. But no, it's not a real school. Them niggas was in junior college, and they were trying to get picked up by D1 schools to go to college and play ball. Mm-hmm. What's crazy? What was funny to me was that every day more and more layers of this story just got peeled back. Nigga, we went from Bishop Sycamore isn't in school. No, first of all, these people aren't in high school. They're all junior college players. Oh, the coach has a fucking warrant for his arrest. He's not a real goddamn coach. The school's not even real. Like, it just more and more layers got peeled back. Nigga, how do you hustle ESPN?
I don't know. Somebody before, not the people that like on the commentary shit like that, but to get to that position, whoever he talked to, like was affiliated with ESPN, they fired.
Oh, I was just about to say the same. Whoever sent that camera team, that nigga no longer works for ESPN.
They fired.
And they fired him quietly. Like, nah, bro, we're trying to save you.
Even though I feel like it's embarrassing for them players to be that old, and to my knowledge, didn't they get blown out?
They got dogged.
Yeah, so you get dogged by some high school players. That's number
then
one.
Then he said 0 to 58, something wild like that.
Yeah. getting dogged by high school players like that. That's number one, and you so much other. Number two, you didn't do a good showing. Like, you guys didn't score. What makes you think you're going to get picked from a school?
Right.
But lastly, I respect the hustle.
I respect the fucking hustle.
Yeah, I respect that.
I respect the hustle because I remember watching the movie Accepted back in the day. And it was like, this would never happen. And it goddamn happened. I respect the fucking
I respect the hustle, and I respect the fact that even though you guys went about it the complete wrong, asinine way, you was like, nah. And the players was like, they want to get to school to play.
Right.
You know what I mean? They wanted to be... What's the word? They wanted to excel. They wanted to, hit a different level. I respect that. They just did it completely stupid.
They did it real like, dog, you hustled ESPN and ended up on TV on ESPN, the mecca of sports entertainment. And y'all got dogged 0 to 58.
Is it worth it? You hustled ESPN to get on there, but then got dogged. Is that worth it?
And then not only did you get dogged, you 20-year-olds got dogged by 17-year-olds.
Yeah. And that part is crazy because now I get it. The 17-year-olds, that team is probably like this football team, so they're organized, so on and so forth. But that doesn't change the fact that if you guys are in junior college or you're trying to get to D1, I have to assume that at some point you've played organized football, right? And even if I take that away, you niggas are grown men out there getting dogged by people who barely hitting puberty like that.
0 to 50, nigga. First of all, ESPN should have knew something was up when they went over to the. You don't hear the nigga in the huddle. You just see the coach go, I don't.
Yeah, I knew shit was bad. There was a clip going around where I guess number 54 on Bishop Sycamore got injured, and the commentator was like we don't have his name here. Number 54. I've never heard in ESPN history he's not on our roster. Like, what? What do you mean he's not on the roster?
Right. You know what's so bad?
Somebody was like, he got blown out by high schoolers. And how you tear your ACL to some high schoolers?
You know what I'm saying? You trying to go D1. Yeah. Fuck out of here. Yeah. You know what's even crazier is that these niggas sent a whole camera team, had an announced team. Not one person said, Google, Bishop Sycamore.
You would have thought they would have did that at least one player before the game even started.
Something. Hey, Alexa, who the fuck is Bishop Sycamore? Alexa would have been like, not found, and left it at that.
If the opposing coach, I'm going to put him some blame. Something he had to know something for the simple fact that, my nigga, I know you did some type of scouting report.
Not even just that. Look how big these niggas are.
Like, something was up. Did you know these niggas was big and be like, I respect the hustle. Fuck it, we're going to beat their ass anyway.
You sitting there looking like number 62 is my mechanic.
Yeah.
I've seen that nigga somewhere.
That nigga got 3 kids.
Exactly. And the coach got warrants out. Like, bruh, come on, man.
I felt that was foul. They snitching on my mans like that.
Nah.
He got warrants out. So, okay, he got warrants out. Okay. What does that have to do with this situation, though?
That convict still finessed y'all.
Y'all just snitch my man out. He been dodging it this long. Y'all gonna snitch my man out?
Hey, look, hold on. It's fucked up. But I appreciate that level of petty. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Y'all niggas y'all game me to put y'all fake high school. Okay, what about the warrants, my nigga? How about that?
Right.
What's your court fees looking like, my nigga? Right. Handle that before you come out here and just try to play with us. You feel me? Nah, I respect the petty. Yeah. I just had to touch on that because apparently you and I both made the prediction that this is going to turn into a Kevin Hart movie.
That was all you, brother.
Oh, then what were you talking about?
No. I'm saying you made a prediction. What happened was you made a prediction and I seen that on my timeline, right? The next day is when I seen the Kevin Hart thing. And literally, like, I don't know if you can see it, but on mine, it was like 2 minutes. So he had just posted it. I'm like, my nigga just said this yesterday. And it'd be different if like he posted it on somewhere and it wasn't getting crazy buzz, but you happen to see it. I'm like, no, he just posted this
it,
shit.
Right?
That shit is nuts.
So my post said this Bishop Sycamore situation is either going to be a fire 30 for 30, and I'm talking about fire festival levels of fire, or it's going to be a loosely based comedy starring Kevin Hart. The very next day, 24 hours later.
Brother, it wasn't even 24 hours.
Not even 24 hours later, Kevin Hart announced that they are making a loosely based comedy on the Bishop Sycamore situation started when Kevin Hart and one other nigga that's backing it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, I'm Negro Diamond style. I'll just run. But I don't even think that's much of a prediction because this situation screams biopic. It screams big screen. Absolutely. This is the most unheard of shit ever. Yeah. The one day that a station didn't Google, you didn't have them on none of your track sheets. You ain't have not a single player in your papers. And nobody said, all right, well, let me just, obviously, because they said they got on there, they said we have a school full of D1 prospects. Okay, let me at least Google, who Bishop Sycamore is.
Even if you didn't know none of the players' names or anything, you could have Googled the head coach. If he got a team full of D1 prospects, I'm assuming that team is like that team. You know,
you could have Googled the head coach and found out right then and there he had warrants. Right. You can't be no head coach with warrants. Like, it was so many different variables. Yeah. To how that shit went down. That I'm sorry, at that point, a lot of motherfuckers is getting fired.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a lot of people getting fired. It's somebody that had to know something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They had before it even got to this point.
Absolutely,
somebody had to know something because I really, for the life of me, cannot think on how they could have got away with this shit.
Right.
Like, what?
Bro, finesse game proper, bro. Finesse game proper. I appreciate that finesse.
Failed finesse though.
Y'all had it in y'all hands and got blown out 0-58. But on the flip side, what does that look like? What if it was they blew them out?
No, that's what I was getting to. Now, on the flip side, it probably would have been good if it turned out Bishop Sycamore was still a fake school. These was grown men and they beat these high schoolers for 58-0, 58-2. Yeah, it's gonna look bad. But somebody watch him be like, this does look terrible. But there may be a 21-year-old that actually was nice out there that I can fucks with. Maybe. You know what I mean? And that's like the farthest positivity, if you want to, of this situation. Mm. But the fact that y'all got blown out, now you look at it like these grown-ass trash men got blown out by these kids.
Literal trash men. This nigga's work for the city.
Right.
Oh, man. Hey, look, that's how you fumble the bag. And it's football, so fumble's really accurate. Yeah. But that's how you fumble the bag, nigga. Yeah. You got blown out 0-58 just to find out y'all niggas is 23.
Yeah. Just make me I want to go back and I actually want to watch that game. I want to see them play. Like, do they even, it's one thing to be like, we all want to go, we want to be the Joe Rogan of podcast, but currently we are not. You know what I mean? So for us to get up in front of some people and be like, yeah, we're the Joe Rogan of podcast and we not, like, it doesn't work. So I want to know were they running good plays and the plays just didn't work, or were they just trashed from the gate?
Well, I feel as if we can tell ESPN Radio that we are the Joe Rogan of podcast, and we'll probably have a sports show.
At this rate,
you're going to cover baseball. Oh, we're amazing at baseball.
No, fuck it. We're going to cover crochet or something.
We'll come up.
We're going to cover cricket.
Jared Allen has had a really good showing at the cricket. He scored a 3-pointer.
We're going to sound just like that. Because we don't know what the fuck is going on. What'd you say, old boy, do? He was like, I don't know. That's what we're going to be doing.
But you already signed us. You already cut the check.
Yeah, you already cut the check.
Yo, drop us now. Cool. I got the money. The check is cash. Check your account. I promise it's gone. I promise it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone, boy. Before we get up out of here, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. Drake and Kanye. Now, I know you had some things on your chest you wanted to get off about this. Please.
Oh, wait, please are we talking about the situation or are we talking about
everything? One thing I do want to say before we go into what I'm pretty sure is going to be slander in a way. I applaud Drake for bringing back the art of the rollout for this album. Putting the billboards up in each city saying your favorite artist is doing this, that, and the third. Genius.
What's genius? I thought it was petty too.
Big petty. Big petty, because then the one in Chicago had all the top Chicago niggas.
Yeah,
but
right.
Yeah,
you're right.
What followed up was we'll get to all that. Go ahead.
I know we talked a little bit about Kanye's album on the last episode with Jay, and I stand by it. Like I don't really fuck with it, but I did go and I tried to listen to it. That Off the Grid track, that shit is special.
Yeah, Definitely.
That shit is special. Outside of that, though, it's not. I've never been a gospel guy, but even if I take that away, like, it sounds bad to me.
Right.
It does not sound like good music to me. Far as Drake's album, I like it. I think, how many tracks is on it? Was it like 21 or something?
Drake, yeah. Drake went all the way back to 2002 with this album.
Right, yeah. So with that being said, I like half. I don't even want to say half now after a double listen. At first listen, I liked half. I liked half. I'm actually pulling it up right now. So for me, yeah, it started at track number 9 for me, as far as what I like. I think Into Deep is dope.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm not a Future guy, but I thought that was dope. Pipe Down is my shit.
Pipe Down, go.
One thing about this album, though, like, it felt like it should be a fall type of thing. Album.
It definitely felt like a Big Jacket album.
Yeah, some of the tracks, like A Day Like Today, some of the tracks, I'm not in the mood to hear Pipe Down. It's sunny out. No, I'm not in the mood. But if it was like 55, 60 degrees outside, you know, something cool, I might be more inclined to listen to it.
Right.
I thought that track was dope.
He could have easily called this album Comeback Season 2.
It could have been.
And that marketing alone probably would have changed the perception of the album.
It could have been.
But he marketed this album like a summer album. He's I'm gonna close the summer out big.
Exactly. The Yeba's Heartbreaker, it's cool. It's cool. No Friends in the Industry, I'm not really. It's all right. Now, this is definitely different for me. Yeah, that fly been fucking with you, dog.
I was about to kill his ass. Whatever.
This is definitely different for me, and maybe this is my degenerate side. But Knife Talk is my shit.
Shit went in.
I liked it. And it's crazy because I didn't listen to this person growing up, but I like Project Pat on here. Even though, like, his cadence is definally, you know, Memphis
Project Pat, right.
But what he's saying in there, I'm like, I can get with it. I like it. 7 a.m. on Bridal's Path, I thought he was talking that shit like that. Drake, I'm like, okay, that's what we want.
Right.
You know what I mean? A song that's growing on me, like really growing on me. And it's growing on me. Race My Mind, that shit is so smooth to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love it. And I think, I do like You Only Live Twice. I feel Wayne went in.
Wayne definitely channeled old Wayne.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about this album, and again, I slander Drake often. I enjoyed this far more than I enjoyed his last 3 albums.
Yeah, I agree. I
absolutely enjoyed this far more than I enjoyed his last 3 albums. This was as close to that we were going to get to a Take Care Drake. Mm-hmm. And even that says a lot because I didn't like Take Care at first. And now it's one of my favorite Drake albums. Mm-hmm. So it's like, this was as close as we were going to get to that. Not saying everyone, but this, I would say this. This is probably the highest praise that I would give Drake. This is what I mean when I say I want the old version of niggas. Because you can tap into who you were and make it, you know, recent. You can make it right now. You know what I'm saying? You can update it. It just seemed like on the other shit, he wanted to be international so bad.
Maybe that's what he was going for, and maybe that's why he did those things.
I mean, that's how I look at it. But to me, like, as a domestic fan, it's really like it's hard to convert. Like, it really took me a cool little minute to come back around to Chris Brown. Mm-hmm. It took me a cool little minute to come back around to Usher. You know what I'm saying? Neo's still over there. You know what I mean? But it's like when they go for that international dollar, cool, get that, but really work hard when you come back.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, because when they do the international thing, they kind of lose domestic fans.
Yeah.
So you have to work that much harder to get domestic fans back. I think, A, because you should be working that much harder to get said fans back, but B, it's a lot of domestic artists that we can switch on to.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you go over there, great, but you just lost a fan, or it's going to be very hard to get said fan back.
Okay, like Waka Flocka Flame is never coming back. Mm-hmm. Waka Flocka Flame is killing the Euro market. He's never coming back because he didn't have much while he was here. He had big records. He was trash, but he had big records. Mm-hmm. But what he does is working over there. Pitbull's never coming back.
Nah. I don't think that was Pitbull's plan. Once he left, he was like, "I'm."
And he
out
said,
this
"I stopped
bitch."
being Mr. 305 long time ago." But
He had one of the coldest flicks I've seen too. I think it was it on it? I don't think it was on Dream Champ. It was on. He was like, I'm the only person that when you Google, my name comes up before the dog. I thought that shit was dope as fuck.
yeah, that's solid.
That's dope as fuck.
That's super dope because pit bulls have been pit bulls for a long
And the crazy
time.
part is, he's right.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You Google Pitbull and it's him.
It's Pitbull.
Yeah.
Then it's the dog.
You're right.
But yeah, like them niggas is never coming back. You knew Drake was gonna come back.
Yeah.
And I feel like he came back in a way that is commendable. This wasn't his best work,
Nah.
but it for sure wasn't worth waiting 2 goddamn years for.
Nah.
But I'm not mad at it.
Okay, bam.
I think that's like the best review I can give it. I'm not mad at it.
Bam. Would you rather wait 2 years for a project like this? Don't have to be Drake or nothing, just a project like this. Or get projects like Kanye every year?
I'd rather wait 2 years. I'm cool. Because we've gotten a project from Kanye every year. They've all been garbage.
And they've all been bad. So I'm saying, you know what I mean? You get a quote unquote mediocre album, takes 2 years to make, or you get back-to-back trash albums.
You know what we need to get? We need to get this Kendrick project.
Yeah.
Come on through. I got to listen to Drake's album again. But I would definitely say that if this isn't worth the slander that I was giving other projects. And I think it's because I think it's because I stopped anticipating Drake albums.
You're right.
So I guess now because I didn't get the usual Drake album, now I can go back and listen to it with anticipation ears. You know what I'm saying? With anticipatory ears. One thing that was interesting though, just going through the timeline. When did Kanye and Drake even start beefing? Because my first thought was when the rumors were going around that Drake hit Kim before they got married. And then I remember when Kanye was losing his shit when Drake was putting So Far Gone on major streaming platforms, and he was trying to get Kanye to clear the Say You Will sample. Which he ended up clearing, even though he went on a whole fucking Twitter rant about not clearing it. But that was the next part. And then where I know where their beef turned into, nah, I don't fuck with this nigga for real, was when Pusha dropped the "You're Hiding the Child" line. Because Drake said straight up, he would have heard that from nobody else in his camp but Ye.
Right. I think,
which is kind of fucked up when you think about it.
It absolutely is. I think that's little stuff like, well, I won't say little stuff like that. I know that depending on how he is, that could be big. But I think stuff like that is how initially the beef started. I think, yes, it probably was pride and ego. You know what I mean? I think, this is just me, I think Drake and Kanye are very similar in how they make music, or how early Drake made music. You can definitely tell with some Kanye influence. Mm-hmm. And I think Kanye knew it was some Kanye influence. But Drake being Drake, like, yes, it is some influence, but I ain't got to kiss your ass about it.
Right.
And I think by him not doing that, Kanye started to feel some kind of way. Mm. And then maybe it was psychotic episodes or not, by him doing little stuff like getting on Twitter, hey, I didn't clear this, or telling this. I think eventually that stuff is going to add up like, oh, nah, I understand you got some shit going on, but nah, you's a fuck nigga. Right, now I'm tired of dealing with your shit. So I think Drake seen that, and then that just turned into something with pride and ego, and then it's, did you hit my wife? Shit, like I think all that just came to a head. Right,
I agree. But now it's gotten to some places, boy. You got Kanye dropping Drake's address. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then out of nowhere, Drake's like, well, I'm gonna leak the record with you and Drake. And that also lets you know, man, how just...
Oh, sidebar, since we're on that, I know you said I have to re-listen. Have you listened to 7 a.m. in Bridal Path yet?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And now he
doesn't let you down when he gives you a time and a location.
Shit. Now, I like that track because even though he didn't come out and say Kanye's name with the recent events, you know that's going to. He's talking.
Which record is it that he's coming at Swiss?
It might be that same record.
I think it was that same record. And he's like, you sound like a bitch that night. Oh, you fancy, huh? I was like, this nigga's stupid.
That track, I think, there was a few people that can say that they feel, or he may have dissed in that song. He in that song, he let people know, like, I don't say much, but but I hear and see you motherfuckers.
I'm going to please hold on to this for me because you know my memory is trash. Please hold on to this exact situation of him dissing niggas. Hold on to that for me. I definitely want to circle back to that because I have a question for you. But with them taking shots at each other and then with him dropping the actual diss record towards Drake and, you know, really get, you know, you find out and then it becomes, I wish he was this strategic with Pusha because he drops the diss record that Kanye made with Andre 3000 and just to find out Andre 3000, I didn't know it was going to be a diss record. And Drake knew that Andre 3000 knew that wasn't going to be a diss record.
This is what, listen.
Bro, it was brilliant strategy.
Drake is Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, the get out the way game.
Not only just to get out of the way game, but I'm gonna fuck with who I know I can beat. Mm-hmm. And I mean, yeah, the manly man want to be like, nah, fuck that, go out whoever. But when you smart, it makes sense.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
it makes sense. You did what you did to me because you knew that you wouldn't.
That was a body, right?
That's a body. When Joe was doing his thing, you didn't say shit back.
Nigga was quiet.
Pusha was doing his thing. You didn't say shit back.
No, he said shit back once because he thought he could take Pusha.
Yeah, and then he realized it wasn't the case.
You hiding the baby.
You know what I mean? And he feels like he can beat Kanye, which I agree. If they was to trade bars, I think Drake might come on top because I don't feel Kanye got that. But that's neither here nor there.
Well, of course not. I think Consequence got that though. Kanye's ghostwriter.
But who cares?
This is true.
Same thing with Joe.
Yeah,
Joe dissed that man with some fire shit.
I'm sorry, Making a Murder is one of the top best fucking diss records.
Yeah, absolutely.
For that no one gave a fuck about.
Exactly. Like, so I think it's that.
Can't Bill Biv DeVoe your way out of this. But I was like, Joe, relax. No one's gonna care about this.
You gave that man some bars.
You gave this nigga all these bars, and no one gave a fuck.
Nobody cares. So I think that's the same thing with Kanye, or excuse me, with Consequence.
Yeah, I'd say that.
I think it's the same thing. And he said to circle back to it, with the 7 a.m. and bridal pass, he's going at people.
Okay.
What was your?
So, I have an issue, and even though I know the answer to it, I still want to somehow engage in conversation about it. When Drake, at least for the last 4 albums, has been taking out all of his gripes that the industry has been giving him on every album, every song damn near. And they suck his dick. Mm-hmm. When Eminem did the same thing on Kamikaze, oh, he was sensitive. Oh, get out your feelings, him. Like, outside, let's take away skin color, because technically that's 1.5 white boy beef. You know what I'm saying? That we're talking about in this situation. But you take away skin color, focus on longevity, focus on good music. Why is one acceptable and one isn't?
For me, even though I'm gonna go with you, like I'm taking away skin color, but I do feel like that does play a part. But to take that away,
well, for sure,
I think because M got massive success early on, probably way more than Drake did for Drake early on. Not now, how Drake did early on. I think that has something to do with it, and the fact that M is so reserved. He does not pop out. He does not do nothing. So to the masses, we seen you get all the success. Mm-hmm. Then you disappeared. We didn't hear from you. When you come back, yeah, maybe you may be going battling addiction, talking about that, so on and so forth. But you're talking about the bullshit you had to go through with the industry. To the masses, nigga, we just seen you leave and you're straight. But then when you come back, you're talking about, oh, this was so bad. So a lot of people is not trying to hear that. Drake, on the other hand, he's been. I mean, he may disappear for a little bit, but he's been in the public eye for the most part. He's been active. That's true. So people can kind of see his journey and kind of feel like they're along with that journey. So they can also see the bullshit that he goes through. So when he does speak about whether you know it or not, it's like, damn, that's fucked up. You're accepting it because you feel like there's some type of rapport between Drake and you opposed to M and you. You know what I mean? Like, okay. I think that's probably why. Outside of the skin color thing. Now, because before then, if you'd ask this question 10, 20 years ago, people would be like, nah, we fuck with him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like you said, once Kendrick came around, it's fuck him. So
Yeah, once we got ours. I know it's the main reason is the skin color. But if as we are, you know, we're being just hip hop heads in general. I think that one, you make a solid ass point. Like, so I for sure agree with you. But I think that because he's at such a higher tier, when you have somebody that goes as hard as M, when you have somebody that you heard say some of the foulest shit to niggas, to know that he was so butthurt about reviews, it's like, I mean, granted, you're rapping your ass off about these reviews, but you're dissing Rolling Stone, you're dissing Complex, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to see my hero go down like that. I'm not saying Eminem's my hero. I'm just saying from a lyrical standpoint, when you appreciate somebody like that, you don't want to see them go out in such a sensitive way.
Would you feel that same way if it was Jay? If Jay,
yes.
I don't want to say now because I know music is iffy, but let's say around the DOA time, if he dropped an album, he was talking about the bullshit he had to go through. Would you?
I would say yes, because I think the person that has mastered it the best is Jay. Jay will give you 2 bars on an album B-side and leave it there. But it was such a slick 2 bars, and it was a styling on you 2 bars that you're like, that was a really good address. That was a great way to address it. You know what I'm saying? If I got a whole album like that from Jay, I know nigga gonna be rapping his ass off, but I'm gonna be like, I don't want to see my hero go out like this.
So how'd you feel about Jay's verse on Drake's album?
I feel like he handled it like Jay would handle it. Like, just styling and just really getting some shit off of his chest.
So just so I'm getting this right. If a person is getting their shit off, if you will, and they're doing it in a styling, cool way, it's a lot more palatable than the other way? Okay.
Yes, I will absolutely say that. Because that was always my gripe with Drake. And that's my gripe with current M. They sound like they're bitching. Like, they really sound like they are really, but which is why I always say that Drake is sensitive. They really sound like they were truly affected by whatever the fuck it is going on. Jay, he don't dedicate a whole verse to something unless he's doing a feature. But other than that, if it's his album, like I said, he'll give you 2 or 3 bars, leave it there. And he'll do it on a record that either could be a throwaway record or a B-side. You know, this record ain't really going to touch daylight like that.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of, y'all let me down. I'm not a fan of that. Because you can listen to what M is saying, you can listen to what Drake is saying, and pinpoint exactly who they're talking about. They're still trying to figure out who Jay-Z was talking about.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing, though?
I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing.
I think that has to, for me, that depends on where you are in your career. For Jay now, yeah, it's a good thing. But if I'm hungrier, if I'm Drake, me personally, nah, my nigga, I'm gonna say your name.
Now, I think Drake is far beyond having to say somebody's name. I truly think Drake is far beyond having to say somebody's name. Because we even had a conversation with Back to Back. He didn't mention Push one time. He didn't mention Push one fucking time. He could have easily came out and said, I want to talk about Pusha T. And he would have a viable argument.
I don't know. I feel I'm different on that. I'm different on that. I me personally, and this may have something to do with age outside of music. Yeah, I don't want to see 50-year-old Jay talking about, nigga, I body you versus I don't want to see that. You know what I mean? But somebody my age, maybe a little bit, a couple years older, maybe a few years younger, like, I kind of expect you to do that because I expect that hungriness to come with the music.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm about making music and I'm hungry about it. So yeah, Push, I'm going to say your name if I get there because this is about music. Somebody like Jay, on the other hand, especially like Exceed, not even say Jay, because Jay's one of the biggest artists, we'll say, I don't know, another artist to Snoop. I don't need Snoop to go in there and say your name. I don't. Not this Snoop. If you was giving me Last Meal Snoop and you said it, all right. You know what I mean? All right. But not just me. Just not. As you get older, I feel like, yeah, that's going to be above you. But when you are about music, when you really about it, then you shouldn't be. I just was never a fan of sneak dissing. Even when Jay did, I was never a fan of sneak dissing. I felt that was a way, to me, that's a way to be like, oh no, like you said, I wasn't talking about you. Nigga, yes you were. Quit being a bitch. But to me, that's bitch.
Right. I can agree with that.
I don't know. That's just me. I'm iffy about it.
I can agree with that. I don't know. I think who he was talking to knows he was talking to him. Mm-hmm. And that's how I look at it.
And that's cool. But that person is not the only person listening to this song.
Right.
They're not listening to the track.
But that's the thing. How do we know that it wasn't for us? It was specifically for him.
Well, when we were coming up, when it was CDs and shit like that, absolutely right. Today's era, you can send that shit directly to him.
Is this true?
So I'm not tolerating that. I'm not accepting that one.
He said, no, it's not happening.
If you felt that way, you know what I mean, felt you want to do it this way, hey, my nigga, I'm letting you know this is how I feel. Do with it what you will. Mm. But if you just to put it out on the album, you might as well say his name. Might as well.
That's true.
Whether I mean, savvy hip hop heads, they probably can put two and two together to be like, okay, this is who you're talking about. If that's gonna be the case, the shit's gonna blow up anyway. At the end of the day, that person's gonna know you're talking about them. So fuck it. What are you scared of? What are you scared of? And then Drake, what do you got to lose at this point? You won, my nigga. It's like
you won at life.
You right. It's like the bodybuilders at the gym. My nigga, you won.
Stop doing curls, my nigga. You got all the triceps.
Right. There's no more arm workouts for you to do.
Take that and run with it. Ah, shit. Well,
before we get there, how did you feel about Andre 3000's response?
I respected it. I respected the fuck out of it.
The hell, he did
because he didn't say, oh, fuck Kanye. He just like, look, I didn't know because that wasn't what I got. Mm-hmm. What made me excited about it is that everybody he named, I'm like, I want to hear all of those collabs.
He sound like he could potentially get inspired to do music again.
Yeah, and that's what it feels like because, like I said, he didn't just name, Drake and
he named everybody you want to listen to.
That's why I was like, and call me crazy. I would love to hear what Lil Baby and 3 Stacks would sound like. I know you would.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you crazy on that.
So I know you'll pass on that. But the only reason I say I would love to hear that is because, and we had the conversation when we did the Lost Review, as we call it. But when Baby's forced to rap, he raps.
Yeah, he can get busy. I got super respect for him in 21.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they get busy.
Nigga, you're with Andre 3000. Oh, you better rap.
You better show out.
You better fucking rap.
His response, though, to me, gave me more light on why Chris Brown and Soulja Boy is so mad.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? At first, I was just like, he called him for a verse, you know what I mean? Told him, it's Kanye. He's going to be one of the biggest artists in the world, so you're going to be excited to be on his track. And then he play you, but it seemed like he was eager to have you on, yo, get on this, you know what I mean? Like all for it, but then don't use it. I feel like I get why they mad. My nigga, you wasted my time. B, you hyped everything up and then didn't use it. You don't know what I was doing to make sure this was right on my own before I came to you.
Because in my head, I'm on Kanye album. I gotta go stupid.
I'm coming to play, you know what I mean? And then I find out when the shit drop that you don't. Yeah, I would feel some kind of way. And 3 Stacks, his response really shed light on why they feel that way.
Absolutely. I don't think 3 Stacks ever works with him again.
I don't think so.
But I'm sorry, Chris Brown's going to work with him again. And you already know if Soulja Boy get the call, that nigga in the studio with apologies.
Absolutely.
Now that shit, I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah, not a fan of it either. If you're gonna do that, then stand on that.
Right. And that's why I got so much respect for 3 Stacks, because he didn't call him a hoe. He ain't go crazy.
He didn't say nothing.
He ain't dig into that, you know what I'm saying, that old school Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, mentality. He was just like, respectfully, I didn't know that's what it was going to be. We share a common bond in the loss of our mothers. Like, this nigga's really can't. I was like, wow.
To me, the line that he gave was actually, to me, it would have been a little bit more hurtful if I was Kanye opposed to Chris Brown and Soulja. He was like, seriously, was like, it's unfortunate that he did this. You know what I mean?
Boy, it's unfortunate. Hey, listen, it's unfortunate is the new I'm disappointed in.
Yeah, it was like,
I'm not mad at you, know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate you did that, though.
That hurt me more than you calling me a hoe.
I was about to say, can you imagine? Kanye, ho. Nah, man, look, I'm not going to call you out your name. I'm not going to call you crazy, but it is unfortunate that you did that.
Yeah, and then you can, as reading it.
I'm sorry, Andre.
Right, as reading it, you can hear, for me, you can hear, not necessarily his voice or anything, but you can hear that it wasn't no hostility. He's just
nowhere near. He was legit hurt by that because now he's forever attached to this Ghost record.
Yeah, I came out of retirement, if you will, gave this man
ultimately that's what it is.
Verse about something that was really dear to me, and he chose to not only diss somebody I want to work with, but then don't even put the shit out. Yeah, I would. I will
also say this though. I don't think I would want to work with Drake after that either. And the only reason I say that is because now this song exists. And I'm forever with it because I didn't give you a slouch verse. But now I am forever attached to this record.
You're right.
Because of the conversation behind Kanye claiming he a GD, going off on Drake, you know what I'm saying? Now and then you get to my record and I'm rapping about my mother.
That's why I wouldn't, if I was him, working with Drake wouldn't necessarily bother me because now my verse being in all these circumstances, and I know it's Kanye versus Drake, but my verse being that it had nothing to do with it actually overshadows, in this moment, overshadows them two. Mm-hmm. So I would.
And can I trust you?
If Jay was on Donda and he was on Certified Lover Boy, if Jay can do it, I'm pretty sure 3 Stats can do it. And Jay may have not have heard that verse or anything like that, but he knew them niggas ain't fuck with each other.
Oh yeah, no, he for sure. But you're not gonna go behind Jay back and do something like that. That's Drake for sure wouldn't do that.
What do you mean?
As far as unofficially associate Jay-Z on a diss record to somebody.
Even, he wouldn't do.
You know what I'm saying? Especially Kanye. They got their issues, but you're not gonna do that to Jay.
Yeah. And I think Jay's too big, so you wouldn't do that to him. And being that it happened in 3 Stacks, we're starting to see that he don't fuck with nobody. He walks around town playing his flute. By him doing all that makes it to where Drake, you kind of seem like an asshole for leaking it. But you seem like an even bigger asshole.
I told you about the time I met Andre 3000, right?
No, you didn't.
This was in the Bay. I was going to my class and you saw these 2 dudes, very interesting looking black people. Mm-hmm. You saw these 2 dudes and they were just in front of this dude and they were just losing it. Like they were really going crazy. And I'm walking and I hit the stair. I'm about to hit the entrance and I look because the first thing that caught my eye was, that's a long jacket and it's like 83 outside. That's the first thing I thought. I was like,
kind of hot.
But then I just started peeking a little more. I'm like, that's Andre 3000. So all my respect for whoever the little niggas was gone. I walked straight up and I was like, hey, I don't mean to interrupt. I said, brother, I just want to shake your hand. Thank you. He said, man, appreciate you, man. Dre. I wanted to be like, nigga, I know. My dumb ass. You know me. Everywhere I go, I'm Los. Carlos Sands, it's a pleasure to meet you. And to me, that was such a great feeling because Andre, and that's why going back to what you said with reading his posts, he's such a human. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know he's a legend.
Right. And I think that is why what helps make both Drake and Kanye look like dipshits for this.
Right.
Because Dre is like he's loved by everybody. Andre's loved by everybody.
Like that literally, that was the situation of 2 niggas fighting, and one nigga wasn't even trying to break it up. Nigga was probably at his locker, and he's always been a solid out the way nigga. You know what I'm saying? He was at his locker, and he turned around, and one nigga caught him in the mouth.
Yeah,
you're like, why'd you hit him?
You like, my nigga, that was some. Why you hit him?
Why y'all hit him, man? That's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because Dre is so human, and just off of the 3 seconds that I met him, I was just like, that was the most, like, I didn't feel compelled to take a selfie. I didn't feel compelled to take a picture of him in general, get an autograph or nothing. He shook my hands and things, man. And then he introduced himself. Like, you're not Andre 3000. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's the curse of being as big as Kanye and Drake.
Yes.
Because they don't seem human, if you will.
Yeah.
They seem above that. You know what I mean? Like, you said this is Dre. Kanye would be like I'm Socrates. He'd say some wild shit. You know what I mean? He'd seem above than actual
Kanye would introduce himself as Ye or Yeezus.
Human. Right. You know what I mean? I think again, that's what's helping make these two look like nutcases.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, now we're going to get out of here. It's a little late for the day, but it's still a Monday. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Let us know in the comments, fellas, if you ever had your ass ate. Ladies, look at them.
Hey, if you ever had your ass ate and if you liked it.
And then again, ladies, pay attention.
And tell me if like, what's the procedure when you're getting your ass ate? I really want to know.
What's your position?
Yeah. I really want to know.
Oh, man. But anyway, as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate the support. And as always, it's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.